What's going on YouTube? Before we jump into this pro scheme we got for y'all, I want y'all to check out this clip. One of my money plays was actually being used in a pro tournament against one of the biggest Madden YouTubers, TD Barrett. I'm a big fan of him, and you know, that's how I was able to capture this. I was watching one of his latest videos, and he was in a 32-man pro tournament. And let's just jump into the clip. You're gonna see one of my money plays being used. I'll leave the link to that money play down in the description down below. But let's go and check this out real quick.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive.
Yeah, he's got bombs. I had a feeling. Yeah, I had a feeling he was gonna.
I thought that was pretty dope to see one of my money plays being used in a pro tournament against a big YouTuber like TD Barrett. You know, to see one of your plays being used at that level against pros is actually, you know, it gives you a little bit of validation that your plays are working here and there. You know, not every play we drop is going to be, you know, top of the line play that everybody's going to want to use, but just to see, you know, at least one or two being used by, you know, like I said, that level of play is pretty dope. Just like that play being used in a pro tournament, this scheme we got here, I've seen it actually being used by a couple of pros in the MCS tournament. That's the MUT tournament. I used to use this scheme in Madden 22 and Madden 21. Now, it's not exactly the way they run it, but it's very similar, and it's just a really good scheme to add to your arsenal if you need something. This is out of the Baltimore Ravens playbook. I know this is in a couple of other playbooks as well, but this is heavy for the Baltimore Ravens playbook. So let's jump into the main plays that we're going to be running. So the main play we're going to be coming out on is going to be the 0-1 trap, and then let's go ahead and jump into these audibles real quick. Bench swap is a, you know, that's optional. You can put something else there. It's good to beat man coverage. I like to have it out there. This RPO is really nasty. For the people that played against me in Madden 22 that I used this against, they hated it. I almost got it banned in a online franchise because it is real glitchy and it's hard to stop. And then we got corners, ends, and goes. This is my go-to to beat man coverage. Really good play. It also will beat zone coverage as well. We're going to show you how we set all these up. And then we got PA deep cross. If you've been a part of my channel since day one, you know this is my most consistent money play. This route beats everything: man coverage, zone coverage, cover 4 palms, cover 4 quarters. It beats it all. The only way you can stop it is if you get to the quarterback fast enough, or your user, your opponent's user is actually trying to guard it himself. And there's multiple formations that actually have this route. I'll jump into that later, but for right now, I want to focus on this scheme and how to run it, you know, how to set up different things depending on what your opponent's running. So let's go ahead and jump into the practice field and show y'all how we set this scheme up. All right, the first play I want to go ahead and knock out is going to be the PA deep cross. This is going to be the money play for this scheme. This is going to beat every single coverage out there. The only way you can stop it is if you get to the quarterback in time, which the downfall for this play is it does take a little bit of time to develop, or they have to take their user and manually go stop that B route. That is the only way you're going to be able to stop this play. And you're going to be able to set this up the exact same way no matter what defense they come out in. You're going to get the same results. I'm just going to go against a cover 3, but I promise you if you're going against cover 4, cover 2, it's going to be the exact same way. You'll get the same results. I don't want to just waste y'all's time doing the same play over and over again, getting the same results just because the defense is a little bit different. What you're going to go ahead and do is put X on a streak. You're going to block the Y tight end, and then you have options with the A tight end and the running back. What I like to do is I'll make them go different directions. For example, if I put the A tight end on a drag, I'm going to put my running back on a 5 and in. For let's say you want to put the tight end on a 5 and out, then I'm going to put my running back on a 5 and in. And a lot of times what I like to do, because they'll leave the middle of the field open because their user will go try to guard B, is I'll actually put my running back on a curl route. He's a nice check down. And then the most important thing, you got a smart route B. You can see how high this route goes. No matter how far they do their zone drops, if it's at 30, it's not going to be at the right level. And then X is going to do a good job of taking the cornerback and the safety on that side out of the picture. And I don't think I mentioned this, but if you're on the left hash, you want your running back on the right side. If you're on the right hash, you want your running back on the left side. You want to be going with the B receiver. You want to be going to the short side of the field, basically. And then blocking, the way you want to set this up, we're going to be favoring the left side, so double team whoever's on the left. And I like to slide shift to the left, but make sure if you do those, make sure you ID whoever's on the line on the right side, so you make sure he gets picked up. Because if you do what I just did, I double team and I slide shift to the left, there will be times where he comes in free, untouched, and we want to make sure he's at least ID'd so they know to pick him up. And then from there, let's just go ahead and run the play, and you'll see what we're talking about. It does take a little bit of, even right there, you can see the right defensive end. He got in basically untouched, and that if that does happen over and over again, then do not slide shift your O-line to the left. You can go ahead and just double team, go ahead and ID this guy, block the Y tight end, and then different things with the like the tight end and the running back. One thing the reason I like to put the tight end to go to the same direction as the B receiver is because he does a good job of dragging the user down low, and then I get B wide open over top. But like I said, it does take a little bit of time to develop, and that is the downfall. But you can see he's going to get open every single time right there. That's going to be the same thing against every single zone coverage. I just wanted to knock that play out. So let's go ahead and jump into a couple of other plays. All right, now I want to talk about the bread and butter of this scheme is going to be the 0-1 trap. This is a really good run play. This is one of those so-called top tier run plays that can get you positive yards almost every single time you're running it. I'm so confident in this run play. I just put the defense on random. We're going to run it against whatever they throw at us, and we're going to get good results. Now, you can run this play as a default if you want to quick snap them, and you're going to get you can still get some really good results. But the best way to run it is this: the wide tight end. Go ahead and motion them over. Be patient. Do not hit that sprint button. Wait for the hole to open up, and then just hit that pocket and go. If you see right there, it opens up for you, and you just got to find the right hole. And once you do, that's when you hit that sprint button. You get out there. This is a really good play, and this is what makes the scheme so good because they have to account for the run play. If they come out in like those weak run stop defenses like dollar, dime, things like that, that's when this play is really effective. And if they start coming out like in a 4-4 or 3-4 to try to stop the run to get some more heavy bodies out there, that's when you can start hitting them with the pass plays, getting the tight ends to work for you, getting mismatched with the receivers and stuff like that. And that's what a scheme is. You want to get them out of certain defenses and have your plays to be able to beat their defense. But let's go ahead and run this play a couple more times. You can see I'm just being patient. I'm letting the block develop, and you just hit that hole. It's not always going to be in the middle. Sometimes you have to kick it out to the right. Sometimes you have to kick it out to the left. But for the most part, you're seeing we're getting really good results. And they have decent amount of guys in the box, especially on that first play we ran. They actually had 8 in the box right there. It's all about being patient. You can see right there, wait for that hole to open up. I'm going to say like 95% of the time, you're going to get a hole to hit, and just be patient and just hit that turbo button once you see it open up, and you're going to get good results. Let's go ahead and talk about the other play right here that I like, the corners and go. This is going to be my man beating play. Let's go ahead and put the defense in the man coverage, and we'll show you how we set this play up. All right, so like I said, this is going to be my man beating play. Now, this can also beat zone, and I will show you that, but let's focus on man real quick. Now, if you can already look at the play and you can kind of tell what's going to beat man coverage, it's going to be both the tight ends, Y and A. So what I like to do with the receivers though is I'll put X on a streak, and I'll put B on a 5, and then I'll smart route them, and then I'll put my running back on a 5 and out. So the play will look something like this, and we will switch this up. Another way I like to run it is put both my receivers on a slant and have it like this. Now it looks a little confusing, but it's one of them things. You're most likely your first target is going to be Y. If he gets open, just hit your first check down right there. After Y, you're going to look for either your running back or A. My go-to is definitely A if I have time. That's the best route against man coverage, especially if they get a linebacker on a tight end and you have a solid tight end there. You get really good separation. And then obviously the running back with the 5 and out, really good man beater route in its own. And then you got the 2 slants. But the way I like to run this play for the most part is X on a streak, B on a 5 and in, and then smart route it, because this does actually better against zone. A opens up when it's zone coverage if you have it set up like this. So you kind of get the best of both worlds if you just have it set up like this. If you know they're in man, hit them with the double slant with X and B, and then just run it like that. But like I said, they are in man coverage, so let's go ahead and run it and see what happens right here. I'm just going to actually let them sack me, and then we're going to look at the play on the replay and just see what opens up and what we got. And yes, I know this is with 2 safeties over the top. Even with it, if they had a user in the middle of the field, you could just see what kind of opens up right here. Once again, like I said, the first check down is going to be the wide tight end. You can see right here, he gets separation. He has a linebacker on him. That's what we're looking for, the mismatch. Even if it's a DB, you're still going to get that separation. And if you know how to throw that ball right, you can throw it right there to B across the field in the middle right there. And then right here, my favorite, like I said, so my go-to is going to be the A tight end, the complete separation right there. That's usually who I like to throw it to. Now, if you have like a hot route master or something like that, you can put the X receiver or like on a crossing route, and then you could put the B receiver on a slant. You could do different things, but the primary 3 that we're going to look for is going to be the 2 tight ends and the running back. If you have a really good route running running back, the 5 and ends are nasty against man coverage, so that's what you're going to be looking for. All right, real quick, let's just show you the other setup, how we like to run this. If we know they're in man coverage, that's with the double slant. So we're going to put B on a slant, X on a slant, running back on a 5 and out. Once again, I'm not going to throw it to anybody. We're going to let the play develop and see what opens up. So let's go ahead and call up right here. And you can see automatically I already got 3 guys wide open. This is a really good play against man coverage. Let's go ahead and jump to the replay so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. The slants, normally one of them does open up. There will be those rare times where they both get open. it depends on the defense and who they got, playing man coverage. And yes, I know they can be bumping and running, but that could also make it worse for them. But let's go ahead and look at this play right here. Once again, my wide tight end is going to be my first go-to. You can see the right side slant opens up, gets wide open. And then once again, my favorite go-to when it comes to this play is going to be the A tight end. Gets the best separation, especially with somebody like Mark Andrews. And yes, I know they can't have a user in the middle of the field, but a user cannot stop 3 open guys. And you can even see, I didn't even notice the running back got wide open right here. So against man coverage, we got 4 guys that got open. You can only do so much with your user. You're going to have to either stop the wide tight end, the A tight end, the B slant, or the running back. You have to pick your choice. And you can see we get good options throughout the whole play. Another little route combo that I want to add for y'all out of the corners and goes. This does a really good job of beating zone coverage. It's a quick check down if you got that 3rd and 2, 2nd and 2, and you have them worried about that 0-1 trap. Let me show you what I like to do to set up this play and it, make it look like that 0-1 trap as well. I like to put B on a flat, A on a 5 and in, smart route them. We're gonna go ahead and actually motion over the wide tight end like we do if it's a 0-1 trap, and we're gonna put them on a little swing route like this. And we're going to put the running back on a wheel route, X on a streak. You can put X on a different route. Like I said, this is mainly, get them thinking that you're doing that 0-1 trap. And you're going to get a nice little open up for the wheel route right here. This is a perfect 3rd down play right here. You can get like 5 yards, 10 yards, turn into something big if you can put a couple of moves out there. That's just a, something sneaky to throw in there. It can beat man coverage, but it's primarily for zone coverage. So, add that to that too. All right, now we're going to be talking about the RPO in this scheme. Now, this is my sneaky play. This is my red zone play. I need 5 yards, 10 yards. I want to get that first down. This is an important play. The game's on the line. This is where we get a little glitchy. Now, we're going to set it up just like we did that last little route setup to make it look like the 0-1 trap. And this is part of the scheme. You make things look the same, and that's how you start making your opponent think, oh, well, he's doing the 0-1 trap, or he's doing this, or he's doing that. That's how you make schemes work. So once again, we're going to motion over the wide tight end. We're going to be looking for the RB tight end, and just look how glitchy this gets. This is man coverage out there with the 4-4 because we're on the goal line. They're going to want to stop the run. They're going to think we're doing the 0-1 trap because we motion our tight end over. You run the play and the tight end just gets wide open right there. This is man coverage. It works against zone just the same way. Now, if they do all these adjustments to try to stop this, then maybe they'll be able to stop it. But a lot of times, if they do stop the tight end, the B receiver actually gets open. But for the most part, we just want to focus on that tight end and be patient. You want to let them fake that handoff. You want, the defense to commit to the run. And you're going to see right here how the tight end just opens up. You can see that cornerback. Let's take a look at the replay. This is going to happen majority of the time, even if it's a zone. Even if they pass commit, this happens. And this is what makes this play so glitchy. I had people getting, having headaches trying to stop this play. But look right here. You see the cornerback. He's going to drop back a little bit, and then he's going to go for the RPO, the fake play action right there. And both the tight end and the receiver get open right here. You can see they're both open. This play is really glitchy. I ran it a lot when I was on my online franchise, and it helped me out, in that red zone, that 5-yard area, that 10-yard area, or 4th and 1, because we make it look like the 0-1 trap. So they're, they're worried about the 0-1 trap, and then we hit them with this. And then once you hit them with that, and then you hit them with this, and you just start mixing it up, it just starts getting confusing for them. That's basically going to be it for this scheme. Now, I know we have the bench swap right here. This is another good man beating play. Normally, what I do is I come out in the 0-1 trap, and then I'll audible depending on what the defense is throwing at me. But I think for sure you want to have that RPO, the corners and goes, and the PA deep cross. And like I said, come out in the 0-1 trap, and depending on what they're throwing at you, mix and match your plays. Start, confusing them, motion over that wide tight end, give them different looks, and then that's just how you create a scheme for yourself. But like I said, if you want to add a different play other than the bench swap, it just has that glitchy corner play that beats man coverage if you have the right abilities. So it's a nice play to have in there. But once again, you can put whatever play you want in that 4th slot, and just come out on the 0-1 trap. And if they can't stop the 0-1 trap, you're going to have money all day. Like, that's why I say it's the bread and butter. You have to be able to stop that to shut down this scheme. If you can't, you're going to have hell the whole game. But with all that being said, go ahead, like, comment, subscribe. Let's get it.